Hello folks, this has gone Spy. The Spy will come back to you live for Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and as we got into conclusion from the last episode, we have found the star map on Tatooine, but shortly after that we ran into Kylo Nord, surprisingly, and we defeated him and killing him in the process. After that, Griff's, and we met with, and what Griff has in store for us too. Getting some tech glands from Kashyyyk for a business he had with the exchange, and learning, and Bastila has finally made peace with her mother by having this talk. So, we're coming to you back to the Ebon Hog when HK-47 was just telling me about the functionality of his programming of his memory core. So let's get this started. But first, I'll remove my visor.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
I would like to know more about your functionality now.
Statement. I know some elements of my functionality, Master, but not all.
But I thought that you said that back at the shop that removing your restraining bolt would have restored your memory.
Qualification. I suspected that it might, Master, but without memory, I had no way of knowing whether or not I knew that was true.
So you lied.
Qualification. Not so much, Master. I spoke out of ignorance. I assumed the Ithorian was responsible for my memory loss. That does not mean I am not a fully loyal droid willing to serve its master. Right, Master?
But how can you not know the parts of your functionality?
Answer. There have been numerous repairs and tampering made to my system, Master. Several systems are not operating as they should be. The fact that my memory is incomplete may be due to meatbag incompetence, or something else I am unaware of.
Is there any way to repair you, then?
Answer. Some of my motor functions can be safely repaired, Master, but anything in relation to my memory core is extremely sensitive. I have safeguards installed to protect that core that I cannot deactivate. It is not impossible that other, lesser memory functions could be restored, however.
So I can't restore your memory?
Answer. You may attempt to restore portions of my deleted memory, Master, but some skill at repair is required. The deeper functions of my core memory, however, would still be unadvisable to tamper with. Conjecture. It is possible that some external stimulus might result in the memory core being reactivated, but I am unaware of any programming systems to do so.
So so what you're saying is that your memory might just come back?
Conjecture. There may be hidden programming that awaits certain conditions to reactivate my memory core, Master, but there is no way to know. It is quite possible that tampering has simply erased my core permanently. If that is so, a meatbag will surely pay.
So how do I go about restoring those parts of your memory, then?
Answer. Simply tell me that you wish to make the attempt, Master, and I will attempt to walk you through it. Please do be careful.
I would like to try to restore some of your memory.
Affirmative. If you believe your skills are up to the task, Master, then I can certainly guide you through the process.
Alright.
Request. I only ask that you be oh so very careful, Master. I am too valuable and well-crafted to perish at the hands of ineptitude.
Excuse me? Are you implying that I am an epithet?
Negatory. No, Master. You are not a droid, however, and therefore your skills are limited by the physical capabilities of your meatbag extremities, or some such.
I happen to be very good at what I'm do.
Appeasement. Yes, Master. Of course, Master. Could we begin?
Yes, let's get started. Well, I lied. My repair skills are at a low system, but I'm going to try to do what I can with the current state of my repair skills.
Statement. As you wish, Master. The first stage is the simple one, and that is accessing my central control cluster. This may take a while. First, you will need to open 3 panels. Now close the last panel. I am afraid the operation did not succeed, Master, though it was a valiant attempt for a meatbag.
Yeah, I thought as much.
Supplication. Perhaps it would be best if you desisted your efforts for the moment, Master. This seems to be going nowhere.
Very well. I thought I wouldn't be able to get any much success in my current state. I would turn when I have up a notch my repair skills.
As you desire, Master. I cannot help but claim a small amount of relief. Signing off.
Alright, HK-47.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
It seems to me that we have a fighter simulation with HK-47 here. This is going to be good. If we need some practice on taking off the fighters, we're going to need a simulation of such. I want to begin the fighter simulation.
Statement. Certainly, Master. Allow me to input the proper sequences into the ship's computer. I caution you that this simulation will appear quite real. Are you ready
sure
to
it will
begin
be.
the training sequence, Master?
Go ahead, let's do this.
Statement. Simulation initiating.
Whoa, HK-47 is right. The simulation does look quite brutal. Alright. That wasn't a bad simulation training. Alright, HK-47, thank you for that training simulation. So now...
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Hello, mission. Can you make me some security spikes? I need at least about 5.
No problem. Just so happens I've got one here I've been working on. Here you go. I'll just add it to our inventory. Anything else you need?
Yeah, I'm going to need 4 more of those.
No problem. Just so happens I've got one here I've been working on. Here you go. I'll just add it to our inventory. Anything else you need?
Just 3 more mission. This one.
No problem. Just so happens I've got one here I've been working on. Here you go. I'll just add it to our inventory. Anything else you need?
2 more left mission.
No problem. Just so happens I've got one here I've been working on. Here you go. I'll just add it to our inventory. Anything else you need?
Just 1 more.
No problem. Just so happens I've got one here I've been working on. Here you go. I'll just add it to our inventory. Anything else you need?
Yes. Now, do you feel like playing some Besotted to pass the time?
Want to practice your skills, eh? Sure. I'll play a few hands. Just for practice, though. I don't want to bet with you.
And I win with you, mission, so let's have a friendly game. Alright. Alright. Area mission, you will be losing. Alright, I'll let you have this one. Alright, mission, good game.
Yeah, what do you want?
I was wondering if you have any more war stories that you have.
I was one of the best youth warriors in the clan Ordo in my time. No one before me had mastered the power of our basilisk war droids as quickly as I had. Except Mandalore himself, of course. In those days, we were sweeping across the Outer Rim, destroying all who fought us. Young Mandalores would prove themselves in real combat with unknown opponents above 1,000 worlds. Each brought back stories of his achievements.
So what's what your stories, if that were true?
I remember it well, orbiting high above a placid world, its defenses just stirring. As was tradition, I would go ahead of the first wave to find enemies in the thickest fighting. I remember sitting there in my armor, linked directly with the basilisk thrumming beneath me, my heart racing with fear of the coming battle.
Wow, anything the Mandalorians could get afraid.
Every new warrior has to fear to understand how to beat it. You must know that.
I do,
The
but
doors
I didn't
opened
think
in front of
Mandalorians
me,
were capable of
and the
that.
air was sucked out of the drop bay, scattering crystals of frozen vapor across my path. I can't describe what it feels like to look directly down at a world, falling continuously as you circle it, with barely 15 centimeters of armor plate protecting you. When the magnetic locks disengaged on my droid, I plunged out of the drop bay towards the battle that waited below.
You dropped from orbit while riding a droid?
The exhilaration, the euphoria I felt as I streaked into the atmosphere, dodging self-guided projectiles and beam weapons, was unmatched. An 80-kilometer plunge through the atmosphere, dodging and weaving, the outside of my armor glowing like the sun with the heat of re-entry. And with barely 30 meters to spare, I twisted and skimmed the surface, firing at the giant beam generators that were in my path. The explosion from that sent shock waves that leveled the entire complex around it. It was the moment of my life.
That was some fight.
I'll never forget those times. But things are different now. We can't go on fighting the way we did. There are too few of us left now. But I really don't want to talk about this anymore. I trust I satisfied your curiosity for now.
Yeah,
Is there
for
something
now.
else you want to know?
Do you have some adrenaline stimulates that we could use?
Stimulants make a warrior out of even the weakest human. Here's a stamina-boosting stimulant to help you get tougher. There
Alright.
anything else you need?
Stamina good, but we're going to need some more stimulates.
Stimulants make a warrior out of even the weakest human. Here's a stamina-boosting stimulant to help you
Okay,
get
2
tougher.
times the charm.
There anything else you need?
Alright.
Stimulants make a warrior out of even the weakest human. Here's a stamina-boosting stimulant to help you get
Okay,
tougher.
third stimulate.
There anything else
third
you
stamina
need?
stimulates never hurts. I'm going to need some more until you feel like you can
Stimulants
spare me
make
more.
a warrior out of even the weakest human. Here's a stamina-boosting stimulant to help you get tougher. There anything else you need?
Going to change something different though.
Stimulants make a warrior out of even the weakest human. Here's a strength-boosting stimulant to help you
Alright.
get stronger. There anything else you need?
That's strength. Nice. I'm going to need another
Stimulants make a
stimulants.
warrior out of even the weakest human. Here's a stamina-boosting stimulant to help you get tougher. There anything else you need?
I'm going to need some more adrenaline stimulates, man.
Stimulants make a warrior out of even the weakest human. Here's a speed-boosting stimulant to help you get quicker. There anything else you need?
Speed. Nice. I need stimulates.
Stimulants make a warrior out of even the weakest human. Here's a stamina-boosting stimulant to help you get tougher. There anything else you need?
Need another stimulant, man.
Stimulants make a warrior out of even the weakest human. Here's a stamina-boosting stimulant to help you get tougher. There anything else you need?
Another stimulant, man.
Stimulants make a warrior out of even the weakest human. Here's a stamina-boosting stimulant to help you get tougher. There anything else you need?
Another stimulant, man.
Stimulants make a warrior out of even the weakest human. Here's a stamina-boosting stimulant to help you get tougher. There anything else you need?
I'm going to need another one of the stimulants, man.
Hey, don't worry. I think you've got enough there as it is. You don't want to overload yourself on stims. Otherwise, you might destroy your adrenal system.
And we don't want
A
that,
real
do
warrior
we?
knows his own limits and doesn't overestimate himself. There anything else you need?
Nothing right now, Kenders. Thanks for later. I'll
Your
ask
choice.
For more war
I'm
stories
here if you
later.
want something done right.
gonna need you to start the program spy for me. Alright. I'm going in a program spike. Oh, you can't make it anymore? You can't make another one just yet? Got it. Alright, Salvar, I'm going to need those grenades. I need you to make me a grenade. Thank you. I'm going to need you to make me another grenade. Thank you. I need another one of those. Another grenade, please. Another grenade. Get me covered, man, until you feel like you can't give me anymore. Another one. Alright. Gotcha. We'll talk about later, Salvar. The next planet we go to will be our home world, and you're going to need to tell me exactly what happened to you.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
What are you thinking about?
I have been thinking much about our journey, and I am grateful and honored that you have accepted me with you. I am not used to such unbiased acceptance from one who is nearly a stranger to me. We Cathar do not make friends easily, or for long. Even on Dantooine I remained alone. Not ostracized exactly, but separate.
That must have been very difficult for you.
Yes, it was. I find it difficult to speak of those things. I do not want to live that way ever again. And here, it seems different. It is warming. I feel almost welcome. Needed. You seem to be very decisive when it is required of you. It is reassuring to know that I can count on someone like you.
Because we're all in this together, Johanny. Without you, we wouldn't be able to make it out on some of those battles. You proved that while we're fighting some of the sand people. Without you, we wouldn't be able to get this far. We're all in this together.
Yes, and that is my point. I find it difficult to explain. It is so different from what I'm used to. Just thank you for accepting me.
You're welcome.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Tell me more about your past. You said that the people that there were bad raiders invaded your planet, and then the Jedi rescued you.
Well, I suppose I have not talked very much about the Jedi I met back home. They, all of them, were so very invigorating.
Invigorating?
They were so very alive, so full of hope and energy and zeal. In retrospect, I can see it was a little bit tragic.
Tragic? What do you mean by that?
Those Jedi were going to fight the Mandalorians just after they had invaded. Many of those Jedi perished in the fighting. But to us, they seemed invincible. Especially their leader, who they talked about all the time. Paragons of light and justice, sweeping away all iniquity before them. It was like looking at gods.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far, because if that was the case, they seem to be repeating themselves, if that were the case.
I was merely using poetic license. Those Jedi, they were enthralling. Everyone wanted just to touch them. Some people thought it would bring them luck. Not that the peace they brought lasted very long.
What do you mean? What happened?
The Jedi left. The people grew complacent. Those who had been wronged saw their chance at revenge. And so the cycle continues. The oppressed become the new generation of oppressors. The human oppressed, that is. The non-humans were never treated well in any case. We felt the brunt of both administrations.
Apologies for saying this, but was it that bad?
Of course it was. They took their frustrations and hate out on us because the people they wanted had already fled or were too well protected. But no one looks out for the injustices we suffered. Oh no. But I am sorry. I should not have outbursts like that.
It's okay. I understand what you've gone through. As long as you do not let your anger influence you.
Don't you see? The very fact I mentioned it means it has its influence. Anger can lead to the dark side, and I must be ever careful that I do not fall back into those ways. I thank you for your support. My outburst was uncalled for, but you did not lash back at me. You are a much better Jedi than I, it would seem.
Not true at all.
But let us not speak more of this now. We should continue on our journey. Perhaps later we will talk again.
Alright, Johnny. We'll talk again when you feel like it. Seems to be very interesting about Johnny's past by the second.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Do you want to talk? You got pretty upset from our last conversation the last time we spoke.
Well, I'm not very good at this. I know I owe you an apology. More than one, probably. I was just so desperate to finally face Saul directly in the Battle over Terrace. And now the Jedi have us looking for these star maps. I know this mission is important. It's just, I feel a bit useless. I mean, I can fight, sure,
true.
but I'm no Jedi. All this feels completely out of my league.
That's not true, Carve. You're not useless. Without you, we wouldn't be able to get where we are today. Your actions is what we are today. And the way you see it, and from the way you say it, I mean, does that excuse your actions?
It doesn't, I know. It's been a while since I've even had to think about that sort of thing. I just hate not knowing what's going on and feeling this helpless. But I shouldn't have taken that out on you. I've been a royal pain in the backside, haven't I?
You don't need to worry about that, Carve. You don't have to worry about it.
No, I do worry about it. I've traveled the lanes more than once. I should know better than this. So, I'm sorry. Will you accept my apology?
I would, but only if you agreed to work with me just this once.
Done. Let's get underway then, shall we, partner?
Alright. Still want to know why Carve is so Vagdana and wanted to hunt Saul down. This seems to be a lot more personal than what he's landing on, but I'll ask him about that later.
How can I help?
You're curious about something?
Am I so transparent? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, considering our bond. Yes, there is something I would like to ask, if you'll permit it.
Go ahead. Speak your mind.
In our time together, I've been watching you. You are a true servant of the light. You follow the tenets of the Jedi Order despite the lure of the dark side, and with so little training. For me, it has always been a constant battle. Don't you find it difficult at all? You make it seem so easy. Or is that only an illusion?
No, it's not an illusion, but I do have some struggles, but I just do what I believe is the right.
And that's enough for you. If only it were as easy for me. If only the right path was always clear. I've always struggled for control over my passions. I've always been too quick to anger, too quick to get involved. My instructor was constantly berated me for it. I've often dreamed that I might be able to confront Darth Malak myself. I dream I can use all this power I have to kill him and stop all the death and destruction. I just think about all the evil that the Sith have caused, and I get so furious. Yet we are told that these feelings are the path to the dark side.
Basla, are you saying that you don't believe in the corruption of the dark side?
I don't know. Would the power I use to kill Darth Malak be too tempting to keep using? Would I become the kind of evil I want to destroy? The very thought that I could become as evil as Malak, I just can't fathom it. It just doesn't seem possible. I mean, how could I... No. Wait, I'm sorry.
Don't
I shouldn't
apologize.
even be asking you this. The Jedi teachings are clear. Who am I to question them? And even worse, who am I to try and make you question them?
Wait a minute, what?
These are dangerous thoughts. For the indulgence of a vain mind. Please, forget I ever mentioned this. Let's just return to our mission.
Alright. I'll ask you about this later, Basla. Alright, folks, let's move on to Kashyyyk. And from now on, when we're on Kashyyyk, you'll be seeing more Wookiee prowess than more Jedi lightsaber action. If you think Sabar is one Wookiee in this game, just wait and get a load of Kashyyyk. It will blow your mind of the Wookiee's actions and their warriors. Their warriors will blow your minds away. Alright, no fighters. Good. Seems to me I'm going to be having one of these visions now. Alright, vision of the Force, do your stuff. It seems to be near of a console panel of some sort. It seems to be in the forest. Deep, dark parts of the forest, I think. I highly doubt that the Wookiees would know anything about the star maps, but we're going to find out once we ventured into the depths of the Wookiee branches of the homes. I'm going to need to be bringing in on Sabar for this one since he needs to, since I need some answers of why he left.
Another vision. The Force is guiding us, helping us retrace the steps of Malak and his old master, leading us ever closer to the Star Forge. Kashyyyk is a lush but simple and undeveloped world. I would not have expected to find the alien technology of a star map here.
Well, from the looks of the star map, it looks like it's on the Force floor.
The Wookiees of Kashyyyk make their home high among the Rosha branches. Only their bravest warriors dare to descend into the forbidding depths of the forest. If the star map is located far beneath us on the planet's surface, as our vision seems to suggest, it's unlikely the Wookiees even know of its existence. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
On that I have no doubt as well, Basla.
Yes, what's in your mind?
I need you to tell me specifically why you want revenge on Saul so badly.
I already told you, he betrayed us all.
Look, it just seems to be more personal than that, than what he did on Telos, is all.
Well, there is more to it. I'm sure you don't want to hear about it.
I do, if that's alright with you.
It's just that I don't talk about it very much, okay? I told you about my homeworld, Telos. 4 years ago, Saul led the Sith fleet there and demanded its surrender. The planet refused, and Saul proceeded to devastate its entire surface. Millions died. I had a wife and a son on Telos. I thought they would be safe there, but my task force arrived too late to be of much help. We didn't have enough medical supplies. The colony was burning and the dying were everywhere. I remember holding my wife and screaming for the medics, but they didn't come in time.
Oh my god. Karf. I'm sorry. That's terrible. I didn't know.
Of course not. How could you? I had nothing left after that, really. I devoted myself to the fleet. Hunting Saul was my only purpose. I miss them. And I know killing Saul won't bring them back. And it won't make me happy again, but I I have to do it. I don't expect you to understand, but I
No,
have to
I
pay him
don't.
back for what he's done. I have to. It's all I have left.
What was she like? Your wife?
She had courage, and she was stubborn. Could never talk her out of anything when she put her mind to it. And she hated it when I signed back onto the fleet at the start of the war. I had planned on leaving soon to join her.
But what happened to your son? You didn't say of his fate?
His name was Dustle, and I don't know what happened to him. The colony was a complete ruin, and we never found any trace of him. I made inquiries and followed the reports from Telos for years, but I stopped.
You stopped.
Anyway, I hope that answers your questions. Let's continue with what we were doing.
I figured that it was more personal but I didn't think this was that personal. Jeez, I'm sorry, Carve. I'll ask you about that later, whenever you have time.
How can I help?
I like to talk about what you said before at the cantina back at Tatooine, about giving in to your emotions.
Yes, I did end that quite abruptly, didn't I? Perhaps a master could have addressed my questions with the proper wisdom, but I never should have brought it up here. Not with you.
Not with me.
Part of my purpose on this mission was to guide you in the way of the light, to help you avoid the temptations of the dark side. But I fear I've failed in that task. I don't think I'm the proper Jedi to guide you. I'm no master. You should have remained with the Council.
I don't understand. Why would you want to say that?
The fact of the matter is, I have never possessed much skill at controlling myself. With the bond that joins us, it seems I have even less. You have maintained the path of the light side, but it has been in spite of my influence, not because of it. It's increasingly obvious I am unable to guide you properly.
Baszla, you're doing your best. I'm sure of it.
That's kind of you to say, but I think the evidence speaks for itself. I think I may have made a very big mistake.
A mistake.
I simply hope that you are not the one who pays the price, ultimately, for the fact that I can't help you enough.
Baszla, you're wrong. Your lectures. I appreciate some of your lectures, and they've been helpful. And I know that some of your lectures are not good, but most of your lectures are actually quite helpful. You are doing your hardest to help me, but I think the answer is that we could help each other.
That's a kinder response than I deserve, and I can see there is wisdom in your words. You continue to be there for me, don't you? Even after I keep pushing you away, you're still around when I need you most. You're like no man I've known before, and you're nothing like what I expected you to be after the Council sent us on this mission together.
Baszla, I think it's obvious by now. We're made for each other, Baszla. You have to see that. I think you do, don't you?
I need time to think about all this. They're not going as I thought they would. We should continue on with our mission for now.
Alright, Baszla. We'll continue this conversation later.
Yes. What is it?
Juhani, is something wrong?
I have been bothered by something of late.
What is it?
I never told you where I came from, did I?
No.
Where I grew up as a child. I suppose I was trying to deny what I was feeling.
What?
I have been wrestling with my feelings inside, trying to come to terms with it, but I find I cannot. I must have someone to blame.
Blame?
Someone
What?
to blame for the destruction of my homeworld. Someone who is responsible for the death of everyone I have ever known, except those on Dantooine.
No way. Juhani? Don't tell me. You mean to tell me you mean...
Taris. It was Taris that the Sith destroyed to try to kill you and your precious Bastila. Taris, my homeworld.
God damn it. I'm so sorry. Baszla, no. Johnny. Damn it. Juhani. I'm so sorry, Juhani. I did not know that Eris was your homeworld.
If it were not for you and Bastila, the Sith would have never had reason to destroy that world. It was your fault for being there, and your fault for rescuing Bastila. Without your intervention, the Sith would have had no cause to lay waste to my childhood.
Johanny,
Just let me vent my anger. I need someone to blame. Something. Anything. I hated that world. Yet everything I learned as a child, I learned there. It is as much a part of me as the air I breathe. I have this ache inside me, where all my childhood memories lay, and I find your face there with them. If it was not for you, that world would still exist.
Johanny, I'm sorry. If I'd have known that we could have done nothing to help Terrace, if I'd have known that planet was your homeworld, I would have done something to prevent its destruction. But I couldn't, and there was nothing we could do to save it. There was no way to prevent it.
I know. I suppose I realized that. But it is so hard to lose your entire past. You would not understand.
No, I do understand. It'll be alright, Johnny.
Yes, I suppose it will. As long as we remain focused on our task, it will. I am sorry. I will try not to distract you in the future with my trivial experiences. We should stop for now.
Johnny? Oh, man. Damn it. We'll talk about this later, Johnny. Whenever you feel like we should talk to me about it. Alright, Sawbarb. Okay, Sawbarb, it's time that you tell me everything you know and what happened to you exactly. Do you know anything about Kashyyyk that we're on? The Slavers hold your people. Circle Corporation? I'm sorry. We'll set things right on Kashyyyk. We'll get everything straightened out. The Circle Corporation of the Slavers. I don't understand how they got a foothold on that planet either, folks, so we'll learn as soon as we find out.
Yeah, what do you want?
I was wondering if you have any more war stories you would like to share.
You want another war story, huh? You want to hear about some other world getting wasted, eh? I knew you were the type. Your stagnant republic has never seen some of the strange creatures and races we fought on the Outer Rim in those years. And you never will now.
Wait a minute, what do you mean?
If a world isn't strong enough to defend itself, it's basically forfeit. But this story is about something a little different. We were going through the asteroid fields of the Crispin system at the very edge of the galaxy, playing with the pirates and smugglers we found there. The main belt in the Crispin system consists of mainly small rocks covered in frozen methane gas shells, and the pirates were using them for cover. Ha! I remember using a thermal generator to cause the outer layer of one of the asteroids to vaporize in a picosecond. It blew out and shredded the 3 smugglers using it for cover. But that was a mistake.
Why? What happened?
The asteroid I had targeted was smaller than most, maybe a dozen meters on the side. On the outside, it looked the same as any other, just a ball covered in frozen gas.
Frozen
Something
gas.
must have been
What?
inside it. Something inactive, in the cold. The heat of my blast might have triggered something, or woken something up.
Oh, whoa.
After I'd hit it, spots of light and heat appeared all over the thin shell,
No
still
way.
covering it, evaporating the gases. What lay underneath looked like some sort of rocky growth. A deformed rock, pitted by scores of micrometeorite scars. I think something even older might have been inside that.
Is it an asteroid?
Maybe, but maybe not. It started rotating faster and faster as we watched it. After a second, it started spraying fire, thermal projectiles that melted our armor like wax. We were caught completely by surprise.
It's no asteroid.
Before we
It's-
could counterattack, it fled at an incredible speed.
It's a ship.
We couldn't catch it, but we could follow its hyperspace wake. We followed its trail as far as we could, heading away from the galactic core. When it finally led beyond the edge of our galaxy, we abandoned our efforts. Anything that wants to commit suicide in that great void is not worth our trouble trying to catch. That's the only story I have for now. I'll tell you some more stuff later if we get the chance.
Alright.
Is there something else you want to know?
I want your expertise of experience about the planet Kashyyyk we're on. Do you know anything about it?
It has big trees, in case your eyes don't work anymore. But I do know that there is one exceptional race on this world. The Wookiees. The Wookiees, although primitive compared to us, are surprisingly capable warriors. They're strong and pick up combat techniques pretty quickly. I think they're more than a match for the average Republic or Sith trooper. When we were looking for targets, we considered this world carefully. We were wondering if we'd have to use larger weapons than our war droids if we wanted to clear the damn forest so we could fight in the open. Too many trees means they can go into hiding too easy. And what's a continent or two turned to glass if we get the whole world after? Do you have anything else you want to ask?
No, nothing more for now, Kenders. Thanks for the information.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
Alright, let's go down outside to see what we can stir up. I'll bring Sabar and Carve with me. The docking fee? Oh, please. It's just like back at Tatooine. Why do I need to pay that? I'm not expecting a docking. I don't understand why the Wookiees even allowed the Circle Corporation to be here, or even sentient. Very well, I'll pay the 100 credit fee. I know what happened last time that I didn't pay. I didn't end well. Yes, I have a Wookiee with me. I understand the language of the Wookiees quite well. He's not for sale, and I'm training in the Force. I'll have no problem with it, or trouble with it. And he's not for sale for people to use as slaves. Let's go check out the office of Circle Corporation to ask questions about why they even come here. Let's open these boxes out. What the? No way. Colmad? What is he doing here?
동희군 전칭 네 보보제 맞다 내 분나게 돌빛이 기우하나 제도 봐도 와는 이디 보보 동나 봉샤 누누냐
What are you doing here, Coleman? Are you following me to Kashyyyk?
론나 디호동가 군 한가비 원의 군 베스 칭 발라몰레 통킹바
So why are you here?
다 공주 스탁 미키 그라블 모고 같이 주이다 보동가 돌도방크 원래 오간다 나루 추추트 먹으샤 본가 몰라 원하 직네
And whose permission are you looking for to hunt?
같이 군 이다 동가 이킹군 오빠 몰래라 지군 슬리모포도 나루디오 동가
Yeah, I had to pay the docking fee, and I know I had to pay 1 in credits.
Nita poe tikito. Dolpada bonqualeo gondona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dondonga.
Okay.
Yumalita kuto tu.
And what are you doing to try to gain their trust?
Runda di hotonga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Tongking ba nunotak. Tokning chatu ne mulera bez. 다 공주 스탁 미키 그라블 모고 같이 주고 이다 보동가
Really?
돌도방크 원래 오간다 나루 쭈쭈 먹으샤 본가 몰라 원하 직네
What do you know of Kashyyyk?
같이 군 이다 동가 이킹군 오빠 몰래라 지군 슬리모포도 나루디오 동가 군가베 론다 디호동가 군 한가비 원의 군 베스 칭 발라몰레 통킹 바누노토닥 독닝 셔투군데 몰레라 베스
I'm looking for the Star Man that is here on the planet of Kashyyyk, just like the one back at Tatooine. Have you heard anything about it?
무주샷 바깥 기노노 나마바벌레 라치군
If not Circa, who would you prefer to deal with?
같이 군 이다 동가 이킹군 오빠 몰래라 라치군
I want to understand why they rule out and misused as well. Sabar?
론다 디호동가 군 한가비 원의 군 베스 칭 발라몰레 통킹
Right.
같이 군 이다 동가 이킹군 오빠 몰래라 지군 슬리모포도 나
Coincidence? I just arrived here as well. Alright, Comrade, thanks for your time, but I have to go now. Goodbye and good luck for your hunt.
아추다 뭔가 군 비스돌비 기고야나 동 바투가스 막델레야
Comrade is a Twi'lek hunter back at Tatooine that helped us, taking down the Krayt Dragon and... Alright. Comrade brought up a good point about why would the Wookiees even allow this to happen. Prepare me. Prepare me? What do you mean, Salbar? Yeah, she mentioned about slavers. An exile? Why were you forced to leave, Salbar? What? Well, they're going to have to accept it back once we change some things. Now tell me why your father didn't believe you about your brother's actions? Okay, what would happen if a Wookiee used his claws in battle? To use as tools but not as weapons. Mad Claw? In the eyes of the Wookiees? No, they're not right to cast you out, Salbar. Don't worry, we'll fix everything and make it right. The time you said that you've been taken and fled from here 20 years ago. During that time has passed, things will have to change, Salbar. You're wrong. Things will change. We'll make it right. Everything right. I know it will not be easy, but we'll make everything right, Salbar. We'll deal with that if we have to. Only if we have to. Now let's go. Just hold on to hope, Salbar. Things will promise for the good change, I assure you. Once I figured everything out, and that's going to take some time. What the? Who is this guy?
Karth Onesi, is that you?
Jordo?
It is you, isn't it? I knew it when I laid eyes on you, you old space dog. How have you been? I thought for sure you'd be fighting on some ship out there.
He was.
I was. I crashed.
That's pretty rich. I can't imagine what it would take to keep you on the ground.
Karth,
Must
introduce
have
me to
something to
your...
do with your friend here, eh? How's it going?
Okay. You're a friend of Karth's, I take it?
Sure am. We joined the militia together back on Telos. That was a lot of years ago, of course.
So what are you doing here, Jordo? Last time I saw you was on, Telos, actually.
Yeah, it's a shame about home. Telos still hasn't recovered. The family and I moved on, and I'm working for Zerka now. I didn't see you after... what I mean is, my condolences on your wife. I heard what happened. At least your boy made it through all right.
Dustle?
My boy. You mean Dustle?
Yes, of course. I saw him at my last stop on Korriban.
Korriban.
Though he didn't recognize me. You didn't know he was there?
Karth said he was missing?
No. Jordo, Dustle's been missing since the attack on Telos. Are you absolutely certain it was him?
Yeah, I'd recognize Dustle anywhere. Positive. He's joined the Sith, Garth.
What do you mean he's joined the Sith?
What?
There's an academy for the Sith on Korriban. He's a student there. I saw him suited up in their outfit and everything. Sorry, I thought you knew.
No, I didn't. Well, thanks for telling me, Jordo.
Sure, no problem. Good to see you again, Karth. Hope everything works out with Dustle.
Dustle is alive. We have to go to the Korriban Academy and find him.
I understand, Karth. We'll go as soon as possible when we have the time.
Thank you. I just have to see him. I have to know what happened to him. All this time I thought he was... he must be a man by now.
Yeah. Like I said, Karth, once we deal with the problems of Kashyyyk and Manon, I promise you we'll find him and go to Korriban. Alright. I need to deal with some things back at the Oven Hall before we go anywhere, folks, so hang tight. eyes are off. Just for a little while. Bachelor, it's time we have a talk.
How can I help?
When we last talked, you said you needed time to think. So, what are your thoughts?
You have been patient with me, haven't you? I suppose you deserve an answer. But you have to understand how difficult this is for me to say.
Yes, I think so as well.
With all my training, I should be able to control myself better than this. But you're not like anything I expected. You're not like any man I've ever met before. I find myself watching you when I don't mean to. I'm thinking about you when I don't want to. It isn't supposed to be like this.
Bess, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say exactly?
Every time I try to call on all my teachings to calm myself, they fail me. You have such power, such passion. I don't know if it's due to the bond between us, but I'm drawn to you.
You what? Are you... I think I get what you're trying to say, Bessler, bud. Are you interested in me, or in my ability to use the Force?
The Force is a part of you, as is your power. But that's not what attracted me to you. It's more than that. Maybe it's the bond we share. It gives us a certain intimacy. If I could, I would return to Dantooine. I need to be away from this bond of ours. I need to weaken it. I need to be anywhere but near you. But Malik must be stopped. My own feelings are nothing when compared to that.
That's
But
not
I know
true.
this could affect the sake of our mission if it's not resolved. I can't let that happen.
Bessler, you don't have to hide your feelings anymore. You just need to give in to your feelings. Don't torture yourself because of it. I know you want to.
I think we should have some privacy for this. Come with me.
Alright.
You're stronger than I am, and there's no point in telling me otherwise. You will be a great Jedi, I think. I hope. In some ways you make me feel weak, like I'm caught up in the wake of our destiny. But at the same time you make me feel stronger, more alive.
And I believe I feel more alive and when I'm with you as well, Bessler. And I wasn't sure about it at the time, but I do know, so now...
I realize now these feelings are part of the bond we share. The Jedi Council surely realized this. They knew my loyalty to the doctrines of our order would be tested on this mission. By facing and overcoming my feelings for you, I've learned a valuable lesson about control and the dangers of emotion. This is an important step in understanding the Force. I'm sorry if this is not what you wanted to hear, but I felt that it was important you know our infatuation was nothing more than a result of our powerful bond.
I don't believe that. You're recognized, Ambassador. You're just too scared to face the truth. There's no need for you to hide the fact anymore.
You're the one who can't face the truth. Malik has to be stopped. How can I do that if I let myself be blinded by my feelings for you?
Bachelor, I'm going to stop Malik, that much is so, but I wanted to do it with you by my side, and I know you want to do it with me by your side as well.
You mean it, don't you? But how can I be sure you're not making a mistake? I have to resist. I have to be strong for both of us.
You don't have to resist. You don't always have to be strong, Bachelor. I did that once, and it didn't work out for me as well as it should. But I don't always have to remain strong. I always need to let my guard down only for once. Just give in, just this once, Bachelor. I know you want to.
But I can't. Malik will...
I love you, Bachelor, and I know you love me too. Your feelings and your features and what you're trying to say says it all.
Okay, you've made your point. Now shut up and kiss me, you fool. We shouldn't have done that. It was wrong. The Jedi are not allowed to fall in love.
Bachelor, it didn't feel wrong with me, and I know it didn't feel wrong to you.
It was a moment of weakness. When I kissed you, we shouldn't have. I'm sorry, no. I know we both wanted it, but we shouldn't have given in to our desire. We're Jedi. We can't act like this. Not now. Not while we still have to deal with Malik. I'm sorry. I don't blame you, but it was a mistake. I have to get out of here before somebody sees us together.
Basilisk, wait. Alright, folks, this has gone a spy. These spies sign off. We'll be right back after these messages.